Howdy folks, how are we doing? Treat for you today. We're going to do a bit of mowing. So yeah, we've got the Pottinger Novacat 352 with conditioner. Right, and this is actually the first time I've been out with it. And we've had it a couple of years. I don't normally get to do the mowing. I'm just putting the field in the CHC nav, just so I can have some nice straight lines and match up properly. Get her wound up. We're in the T7210. No, it's not that one. Let's try number 2. Sounds a bit more promising. Yeah, the last time I actually done any mowing was in, no, not this field actually, the field in front of us. Yeah, and that field just there was the last time I did any mowing. That was in the fast track about 3 to 4 years ago. But the chap, yeah, he mows it himself now. And we normally bale it for him, but he's bought that welder baler. So he's got that smart Deutsch Fahr, was it a 6 series? Something like that. Yeah, so saves us a job. I need to concentrate. Yeah, so there's not a lot here, but I mean, yeah, there really isn't a lot here in places. But you can see where I was with the tanker, because this is the last field to come in, and didn't get all of it done. Got about half of it done, something like that. So you can see where I've been, but yeah, we just like, you know, like a lot of the country, we had hardly any rain. So yeah, I would say on first cut yields are probably about half what they should be. Second cut, yeah, less than half, a lot less than half. So it might look like, you know, what's the point of cutting what essentially looks like just like a lawn. Yeah, we're not going to get many boughs off it, but it's the sort of year where you're going to need every single bough you got to get through winter. So I mean, the way it looked, I mean, we're feeding 4 boughs a day at the minute to the cows anyway, because basically they've, you know, there's no grass. There's no grass in front of the cows, so they're not getting any food from, you know, grazing, because it's all gone. So it's, yeah, we're sort of four boughs a day, and that's keeping it going at the minute, like. So another thing, quite often when I'm doing silage videos, a lot of people will quite often comment, "Oh, you got a lot left from last year," and this sort of year is when you want to do carry a lot over, like, you know, and we have got quite a lot to carry over. But we're going to need it this year, aren't we? Because we ain't going to make too much. And like I say, we're mid-June, feeding 4 a day. So you soon get through a few bales. So hence why it's always good to have a good bit of carryover, like, because you never know what the next year's going to bring, do you? So yeah, because there's not going to be a lot of grass about. Don't know, there's going to be a lot of straw about. Not going to be a lot of anything, is there? Don't look like that way anyway. Some of the barley around here, you know, a couple of weeks, maybe even less, that'll be combined. So yeah, we haven't got any barley. We've got wheat and beans, like so. Yeah, wheat's starting to turn, and like, but that obviously that will be a little while. But it certainly looks like it's going to be an early harvest, unless of course the weather does, you know, take a turn. Which you kind of say, you know, it wouldn't be a bad thing if we did take a turn. It'd hopefully at least make the grass grow. But obviously it's too late for the you know, the wheats and the barleys and everything like. But it would be nice to have a bit of rain to get the grass to flush a bit like. So this is the last pass of the long work, and then we've just got a bit of short work to do. Then we're done, and I'll be in the morning to bale her up. This is definitely where you could use a rake. A big rake and all. You'd get away with like a nice 4-rotor class in here. But no, we will bale it as is. So like I say, I think yeah, this is its second season, this Nova Cat. Been absolutely fine, no issues with it. Nice, very good build quality on it. You know, nice heavy construction, and does a nice job. Quite happy going, you know, whatever sort of speed you want really, like. Showing the red one on the front, but there you go. You cannot have everything, can you? It replaced the Lely Splendimo. That was a 320, so the old Lely was a 3.2 metre. This is 3.5, so just a little bit wider. Yeah, decent mower. You know, hasn't struggled in any crops I've had. Obviously, not going to struggle with what you see out the window, like, but you know, in a real heavy first cut, first year lay, yeah, no bother, lot. Good strong drive line. Like the Lely would occasionally, on a real heavy late crop, it would struggle a little bit. Or at least I've had experience of them struggling before when I was you know, JWB lot. We had one year was horrendous lot. We just keep doing slip clutches. Went to shear bolt in the end, last little bit, and we've got the smallest bit of tuft, little bit of muff. That is a Brazilian, that is. What was it, or the landing strip, what do they call it? Tiny little bit. But that's that done. Well, it's not that field done actually. That's the field done. So the kind of unusual feature of this mower is the fact that it doesn't fold up, it folds round. Like that. So you've got a little valve down there that changes it between swinging the mower in and out, and it adjusts that round there. You see it sort of twisting the hole, changing the angle of attack on it. Oh, red kite was standing about somewhere. So you do have to remember the fact that it's stuck right out the back there, the mower, and you've got a bit of a tail swing when you're turning, like, so you do have to remember that, especially if you're like turning, you know, and you've got a centre section in the middle of the road to turn in. if you turn sharp, that'll certainly be swinging into your near side lane. So you just have to, you know, remember that. Like a bit like having a plough on the back, basically. But a bit wider, because of course the plough don't tend to be very wide at the back, depending on which way you have it, of course, like. Yeah, sort of on the offside here, it's it's in line with the tractor. So you just got to remember, basically. So it's the next day. We had a little shower this morning. It was only a very little shower. But it just delayed me going a little bit, but I mean not what a lot, I mean a half hour. But I mean there's a really strong breeze this morning, so it's what is here is, you know, dried out very quickly, and it's what I like to see earlier on. It was not a great deal here, like we've done over 3/4 of the field. We nearly got to the short work, and there's 9 bales on the count. So yeah, pretty poor, but I mean it's, well, what can you do? It's the year, isn't it, like, and it's going to be the year of, you know, 9 bales might come in very handy. But a lot of the grass here was on, you know, it was on head, on seed, so you know, it wasn't going to grow anymore. So I just looked at what we got when we did the first cut in here, which was 5 weeks ago, and we got 126, which again is down from what we'd normally expect to get off this field. But yeah, second cut we'd normally, you know, you'd normally sort of 50, 60, not probably 12, which is what it's going to be, somewhere around there. So yeah, it is poor. I didn't get slurry on, well, I did just over half, and you can see where I put it, the grass is greener. However, it really hasn't made it grow, you know, hasn't really, you know, resulted in more leaf, which is odd, but it is a different, you know, you can see a deeper green where I put the slurry on, because I say it was just over half the field, but it didn't result in, you know, more grass, like, probably because there's no, you know, no rain to actually wash it in and allow it to be taken up by the roots. But again, not a lot you can do about it. Can't make it rain, can you, lot? Alright, so just going to blow her off now. We got yeah, 12 bales off that field, which I think is, it's at least 18 acres, so considerably less than about an acre. Not great, is it, lot? Really not great, but there we go. Anyway, we'll blow this off. I'll be ready for tomorrow. I've got a bit of first cut to do tomorrow, a bit of contracting, so should be a bit more going up the front. So I tend to use this now. This is the big old blower that I showed you when I did the box, the tools in my box, my Rytec front work box, and it's an Anansi brand I've never heard of. Obviously, like, you know, it's a Makita copy of some sort, but it's a hell of a bit of kit, and it's a lot easier to manhandle than my petrol one, so you can do it one-handed, and you know, it's really powerful. Yeah, so it's quite a nice mower. This is hydraulic damping on it, obviously. That's your like your part lock, so it sits in there when you drop it off. One thing for a mower, good, decent, strong stands. 2 of them, one this side, one the other. That's your tool for changing your blades. That's your blade storage in there. That lifts off, you can see you've got your blades in there. That's for your bed pressure. And that's it, really. Quite simple. That's your little changeover valve there. So that changes it from that ram to to it swinging out. So yeah, it's a good smart mower. Hasn't put a foot wrong, which you kind of you would expect, but you know, it's nicely well built. Some of the mowers you see on the market today, you know, maybe not as quite as heavy built as they ought to be, lot. But yeah, it's a fair bit of kit. Fair bit of kit. So there's your other ram there, look, with a what do you call it? You know what I mean? Fast Track is now fully back up and running. Russell Fast Tracks, he managed to get hold of a replacement solenoid rather than having to buy the whole valve block. So yeah, so I swapped that over last week. Come on, move your head. Move your head, you blithering idiot. I'm gonna push your food up for you. So yeah, so hydraulics all working again back on that. That was about 300 odd quid. So more money on it, but yeah, touch wood. That's all good now. And I went out on Sunday to take the pusher back that I took to Ceres, cereals for Ceres. Also I bought that back and on the Unimog, and it was the first chance I've been out with the new springs on, and it was lovely. It was like it was before when you got no weight on, so you got lovely, you know, just soaking the bumps up like. So yeah, now with that weight on, it's just lovely, lovely smooth ride. So if so there you go, that's the old part of the valve, and just a new outside bit, a new basic, new electric bit. So the valve he got was not completely the right type of valve, solenoid valve, but the outside bit was. So just a case of dismantling it inside, yeah, just dismantling and swapping the insides about, basically. But that did, you know, even though that bit, well, it was, the whole lot was 300 quid, but I didn't need the centre bit, but otherwise it'd have been a long wait for the whole bit, and I didn't have to buy the actual whole slice, so it was it was a big bonus. So she's working again now. Not that I've done anything with it to use the hydraulics, but they do work, so it is the main thing. So yeah, this thing is up to date now, really. There's not a lot to be doing on it, which is good. So this, like I said earlier, on 4 barrels a day. We're back to twice a day feeding, so once in the morning, once in the afternoon. They get the grub. And as you can see, they're all busy munching because there's very, very little out in the fields. And I think, you know, most folks in the country are experiencing the same. We did actually just this afternoon take bale of straw out to some of the little heifers that we got out. So yeah, it's quite unusual to be doing that in June. Sort of August, you know, late July, August maybe, but June it's a bit early, isn't it? Like, so. But there you go. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that little vid. Bit of mowing, you know, on the old Pottinger. Bit of baling, and yeah, a little up down the Fast Track. So there you go. Not 380, just not caring the world, just busy munching away. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. See you on the next one. Ta-ta.